Hello friends, welcome back. How are you tonight? So glad you could make it back to the kitchen. Tonight, what's for dinner? Chicken with caramelized onions. That's going to combine, of course, chicken breast and some onion, but also we have a special glaze that's made with red raspberry preserves, red wine vinegar, soy sauce, and ginger paste. So I hope you stick around and watch as we make dinner together. So go grab your spoon and pull up your chair. You can tell me all about your day while we cook dinner. So welcome back in. Tonight we are just preparing away chicken and caramelized onions. And the first thing I need to do is cut this onion into little bits here, little stringy bits. I'm going to cut it pretty thin. And then we're going to heat the oil in the pan and get these onions cooking for just a couple minutes. I hope y'all have had a wonderful week. It's been a great week so far here. We had a wonderful weekend. All kidding aside, I don't know if you guys saw the community post. We ran into a McCormick's display at our local big box store. And I couldn't help myself. I had to go stand by it and, I'm your girl. So, maybe someday. We're all dreaming, right? You can't do anything without dreaming out loud. So I'm a dreamer. I'm a dreamer and I'm a doer. All right, so we've got some these are pretty terrible. Well, you're a terrible onion cutter there, Wendy. Well, some of them will be thicker than the others. Anyway. All right, let's get our pan going. We want, let's go medium heat to start with. And just heat up our extra virgin olive oil. It says 2 tablespoons of, so we'll Rachel Ray it. She's a heavy pour, I think. She's a heavy pour. We'll get that going, and then we'll get our onions sauteing. It says we're going to saute the onions for about 4 minutes. And then we are going to add our chicken and let it cook for 8 minutes. And then we'll take those both out, and then stir in the mixture that we've made with the red raspberry, the red wine vinegar, the soy sauce, and the ginger paste. We're going to stir that around and make the glaze, and then put everything back in just to finish warming it up. So I'm excited. Looked like a good recipe. It's one of those that I actually found in Papa's cookbook when we were cleaning out his things. It's a newspaper article from Wednesday, November 5th, 2008. And it is 2025 now. So this recipe's been around a while. Let's see what it is. Let's see if they know what they were doing back in 2008. Let's see if they knew. So let's go ahead and add our onion. And I will check the time for the 4-minute timer. This does serve 4, but I'm only making it for hubby and I, so I only got out 2 breasts. 2 breasts. It helps if you once you put everything in, you need to coat everything that's in there. And then we will turn this down, because you just want to saute. So we'll let that go for 4 minutes, and then I'll come back to you when it's time to add the chicken. We're about 2 minutes in, and you can see that the onion is starting to turn brown, and it's starting to get tender. So I am just stirring it every 30 seconds or so, just to keep the sides flipping around, and we'll come back in another 3 or 4 minutes. All right, so it's been about 5 minutes actually, and these look nice. I'm happy with the way they are browning. Getting some caramelization, getting soft, beginning to get clear. These are looking good. So now it is time to add our chicken. You're going to salt and pepper both sides of the chicken as you put it down. So we are going to go, I really want to go bottom side down first. So let's just do that. Let me step outside for just a second. Wash my hand. Oh, there's the salt and pepper. All right, and we'll do salt and pepper. All right, set this guy in. Set this guy in. A little bit of salt. Then we're going to cook this 8 minutes. It says turning about 4 minutes. So again, we're setting a timer for 4 minutes. We'll flip them and then we'll cook them for another 4 minutes. So I'll come back to you in about 4 minutes. Let's flip these cook. All right, so it's been about actually 6 minutes, maybe even 7 minutes. And I even covered this just to let it cook on a lower heat. And it looks like it is time to turn it over. So we will be flipping it and then we'll probably give it another 5 or 6 minutes. And then we'll come back. So let's flip it over. Oh, that's a lovely brown. Very pleased. And another lovely brown. These guys are kind of thick, so that's why I said I turned the heat down a little bit and just set the lid on it to kind of retain some moisture. Let them get good and cooked. Definitely don't want to serve raw chicken. That doesn't sound fun to serve for dinner. No. All right, so we'll be back in another 6 or 7 minutes. Let me put the lid back on this guy and let it continue cooking. All right, see you in a second. Okay, we've had another, actually about 10 minutes, just because I wanted to make sure and use the meat thermometer, make sure that my chicken was done. So we are at the 170 mark, which, right? Yeah, by the time we add the other 2 minutes to this, we should be good to go. So our next step, we've got this way turned down, is we are removing the chicken. And then we are going to add the sauce. And what did we have in this sauce? We had, oh, I need my whisk. Okay. We had a half of a cup of the red raspberry preserves. Pardon me. A third of a cup of the red raspberry preserves. We had a tablespoon each of the red wine vinegar and the soy sauce. And we had 1 teaspoon of the ginger paste. And now what we're going to do is just whisk this up for 2 minutes, it says. And this whisking is just pulling up all of the dredgings from the bottom, all the wonderful little bits of onion and chicken that have cooked in there on the bottom. And get those all cooked up. So our next step then is to put these guys back in. Put the whisk to the side. Back in you go. Here's your onion. And your other piece of chicken. Lovely. Give that a nice Stirring. We'll just give that a nice stirring. What kind of cook is this? Anyway, we've whisked it all together for 2 minutes. That pulled all of the cooking and the dredgings up off the bottom of the pan. So that's made a nice reduction. And now we've put the chicken and the onion back in, and we're going to let that sit for another 2 minutes, and then it will be ready to eat. So we will meet you at the table in about 3 minutes. Ready to eat? We'll give this one a try. New recipe for us all. All right? See you in a minute. Well, thank you so much for coming and joining us in the kitchen tonight as we cooked chicken with caramelized onions. Hubby and I are ready to dig in and have dinner. There's more than enough. Please pull up your chair and join us. So happy there's 128 friends now. And if you'd like and subscribe, that would be absolutely fantastic. Subscribe doesn't cost anything. It just tells YouTube you like what you see and you'd like to see more. And I appreciate you so, so much. So, bon appetit, and stay healthy, and stay tuned for a Zen moment. And we'll see you next time in the kitchen. See you later. Bye-bye.